the representative of the Senate President, the EU Ambassador to Nigeria and ECOWAS, Ambassador Kittel Harrison, the Chairman, Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, the President, the Vice President, European Center for Electoral Support, Mr. Jose Manuel Pinto de Zierra, Commissioners of INEC here present, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors here present, representatives of the Diplomatic Corps here present, international non-governmental organizations, governmental organizations here present, representatives of political parties, civil society organizations, members of the print and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen. I bring you warm felicitations from the Honorable Minister of Budget and National Planning, Senator Udo Udoma, who would have loved to be here with you, but is otherwise engaged in other national assignments, and has asked that I should represent him here and to also read his goodwill message. I am delighted to be with you this morning at the occasion of the formal launch of the European Union Support to Democratic Governance in Nigeria project, 2017 to 2022. Today's event is worthy of note in that it marks the end of a rigorous process of identification, of consultations, of dialoguing, and formulation, which culminated in the endorsement of the financing agreement for the project in June 2017. Let me acknowledge and commend the untiring efforts of the EU and INEC and the relevant staff of my ministry for ensuring that we attain the necessary deadlines and milestones in the process of finalizing this project, which is a 26.52 million euros project, which we are about to launch this morning. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the EU-SDGN project is built on the successes achieved and the lessons learned of a similar project implemented between 2011 and 2015, and which also was largely funded by the EU delegation under the 10th EDF. The positive impact of that intervention informed the inclusion of the project under the 11th EDF National Indicative Program for Nigeria 2014 to 2020 to further deepen and internalize the benefits so derived. The overall objective of the project is to contribute to the reinforcement of democracy in Nigeria through building strong, effective, legitimate, and efficient democratic institutions with particular focus on the country's 2016 to 2019 electoral cycle. In targeting to enhance the capacity of INEC to deliver on its mandate, the National Assembly to effectively discharge its legislative functions, the political parties to imbibe pluralism, tolerance, and internal democracy in their systems, the media to provide fair, accurate, and ethical coverage of the electoral process, and the CSOs and other relevant agencies to work to enhance the electoral process as a whole. The project has captured the very essence of the electoral reforms of which this administration is committed and is consistent with the general thrust of our Economic Recovery and Growth Plan 2017 to 2020. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the current administration is fully committed to improving the country's electoral system through the fight against corruption and unethical practices in electoral processes. We are committed to improving the transparency of the electoral process, to improving the acceptability of electoral outcomes, and to leveraging on the digital-led growth strategy of the ERGP to deepen the use of technology in the electoral process. Let me once again express the sincere appreciation of the current administration to the EU through His Excellency, the Head of Delegation and Ambassador of the EU to Nigeria and the ECOWAS, for the EU's continued support to Nigeria's development efforts in various fields over the years, and to specifically acknowledge your interventions in the Northeast, which have in no small way helped in the amelioration of a very challenging situation for the country. I also want to thank the INEC chairman and his team for a job well done, and to urge that no effort should be spared in ensuring that we attain a much higher level of implementation of the EU-SDGN than we did under the previous intervention. Listening to the INEC chair in his opening statements, I really wonder how he sleeps. That is why I want to call on other development partners to assist the INEC in this process. The job is enormous. The resources are quite thin. And therefore, if we contribute our small quotas, it will make quite a substantial impact. INEC has the personnel, the expertise, and the wherewithal to deliver on this. On this note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for your kind attention and to wish us a most successful launching ceremony. I thank you.